Yeah, so what am I at? Hello, everyone. I'm just making sure everything's working correctly. I hope this is live streaming at Facebook. That's my intention. So welcome here today. It's a beautiful day here in New England. It's about 68, 70 degrees. The sun is shining gloriously with a nice little breeze. I'm really enjoying this day. I hope you all are well. Thank you for joining me today and coming in. I am welcome to the class, and I'm so excited about sharing this time together with you. But before we get to the lesson, there's a few things I want to bring up front. Is that, for one, my disclaimer is that this does not substitute for medical information. This is for information and educational purposes only. And then also that I'd like to say at the end of this talk, I want to let you know I am going to be offering some action steps for you to take this lesson one step further so that you can start implementing what you've learned. So now let's get to the lesson. We will have an opportunity for Q&A at the end. I'd like to start by painting a picture of what some of my clients have told me has been a struggle for them. Then I will show you how things can be different. Does that sound good? Let me ask you some questions to ponder. Are you in a new season of life? Has everything in your life has changed or is about to change, or you're looking for change, looking forward to what life is going to look like in the next few years or for the rest of your life? These are all questions we ask ourselves when the seasons of our lives change. So let's look at where we may be today. Are you overweight? Does this sound familiar? I've tried everything. Nothing is working. I'm so confused. I don't know what to eat, how much to eat, or even when to eat. Do you have medical concerns? Does this sound familiar? I have no energy, and it is difficult to get out of bed in the morning. My joints ache, and I don't sleep well. Every time I go to the doctor, they want to put me on a new medication. I'm pre-diabetic. What does that mean? My blood pressure and cholesterol keep rising. Do I need blood pressure medication or statin drugs? So are you able to be as active as you want to be? Does this sound familiar? I want to be able to play with my grandkids, see them grow up and graduate high school and college. I want to go out and pursue my dreams, the things I have time for now, the things that I have put off my life while raising a family. Does this paint a picture of what you want your golden years to look like? Is this where you headed and want to go? Comment in the chat. Love to hear what's true for you. Most people are not aware that everything we do affects every cell in our bodies, either creating optimal health or chronic disease. What we put in our bodies, what we put on our bodies, what's in our environment, and even how we think and experience life all affect our health in one way or another. I know this sounds a bit overwhelming. It did for me. However, I found that we have options for things to be different. We can choose to stay here or make the necessary changes to move forward and take back our health. My approach for moving forward in optimum health is tackling one habit or lifestyle change at a time. In the long run, you can create a healthy body, move towards optimal health, and create longevity so that you can enjoy your later years with vitality and strength. The good news is that being healthy in the later years is possible. Aging does not mean you have to slowly deteriorate through the later years. You can have a quality of life you deserve for yourself and your family. You may be thinking that you have so far to go, but let me assure you, any changes you make in the right direction are closer than you were yesterday. Each step is a step to a new level of health. So here I was 35 to 50 pounds overweight with an increasing blood pressure and sugar. My doctor put me on blood pressure medication, and I knew diabetic medication was on its way. I was riddled with joint pain, suffered from chronic fatigue, and I found it difficult to get out of bed every morning. I felt like I was walking through quicksand most of my days. So this is me before I found what works. And I have been able to lose 35 pounds and have kept it off for almost 4 years. Also, the greatest accomplishment is that I eliminated all medications. I am no longer on prescription drugs. And I've never felt better than I do now that I found what works. So, as I stated earlier, there are many things that affect our health. And I would like to share with you a few things that could get you started on your journey to a vibrant life in your later years. For me, it's about the quality of life and the ability to do the things I am called to do. Does any of this light a fire, get you interested or excited to see how things can be different? Give me a thumbs up in the chat. Love to hear your comments. Today, I'm going to be talking about some simple steps that you can take to get started, but this is only a piece of the puzzle. As a health coach, I can help you navigate all of the pieces. What I would like to share with you today are 3 primary ways you can start to see changes in your body right now. And I will discuss the importance of eliminating processed foods, sugar, and highly processed industrial oils. So let's get started. First, the processed foods. What are they? Processed foods are any foods that take little or no effort to eat, are instantly available, are way too easy to digest, and leave you unsatisfied and hungry looking for your next meal. They are packaged in a variety of ways to attract your attention and are misleading in their labeling. These include things like luncheon meats, prepared foods, baked goods, pastas, many canned items, and etc. Highly processed foods wreak havoc in our bodies right down to the cellular level. Processed foods are chemically rich, which includes preservatives, colorings, highly processed oils, which we'll talk in the third point, and are loaded with pesticides, i.e. Roundup, high fructose corn syrup, sodium or table salt, pseudo sugars, and other chemicals not fit for human consumption. You may be wondering, what's the big deal? Well, 71% of the standard American diet is made up of foods that are entirely foreign to our genetic makeup, which means our bodies don't know what to do with them. With that being said, processed foods increase your risk of several disease states. Inflammation, not only as you experience joint pain, but inflammation around the heart and other organs, creating an environment of stress on the body. So these processed foods create GI issues also related to inflammation, include leaky gut syndrome, irritable bowel syndrome, colitis, diarrhea, constipation, gastric reflux, or known as GERD, weight gain, type 2 diabetes, heart disease, mental health issues, brain fog, dementia, Alzheimer's, Parkinson's, cancer, DNA, and cellular damage. These are many of the risks that affect our health, but this is not an inclusive list. The list goes on and on. So many things happen at the cellular level that affect every function of our body, and the list goes on. But the good news is that it is possible to reduce or even reverse the adverse effects of poor food quality. By replacing processed foods with whole foods and lean meats that are not genetically modified, you can reduce or eliminate many of the age-related health risks that decrease your ability to sustain a quality of life for many years to come. For example, pasta can be substituted with spaghetti squash or spiralized zucchini. Pizza can be made from riced cauliflower, and these substitutes also with an added benefit of being lower in carbohydrates. You can also make homemade soups with bone broth from chicken and other meats. So now that we talked about processed foods, let's move on to sugar. Why does sugar have such a bad rap? Besides being disguised in many processed foods, sugar causes inflammation, diabetes, high blood pressure, brain fog, and is addicting. I have even had one of my clients tell me that her addiction to sugar was not a solo addiction. When she eliminated sugar, she started craving alcohol, which in a sense is a sugar addiction. This can be a catch-22 situation. You have 1 or 2 drinks in the evening and the next day you're craving sugar all day. Why is sugar such a problem besides the adverse risk factors? Well, sugar raises insulin, which gets stored as fat. In order to lose weight and reduce risk factors, insulin needs to be controlled. Chronic consumption of sugar causes insulin to keep increasing without the efficiency of it being utilized. Therefore, it gets stored as fat and the body keeps looking for more insulin because it cannot be released to do its job, therefore creating a vicious cycle. And don't be fooled by those sugar substitutes. Most commercial sugar substitutes, Splenda, Sweet and Low, NutraSweet, do more harm than good. And 2, they're an unnatural chemical that is detrimental to your health, allowing cancer to grow and spread. Using natural sweeteners like stevia, monk fruit, coconut sugar, or erythritol are all natural, healthier alternatives that do not harm your cells or raise insulin. Occasionally, you can replace it with a little raw honey, pure maple syrup, or date syrup. And I say occasionally because if you're trying to lose weight, you need to keep that insulin down. So now let's talk about healthy fats. Have you been told that canola oil is good for you? Well, it's actually not. Processed vegetable oils, which include canola oil, are highly toxic to our bodies, which lead to inflammation. As noted earlier, inflammation leads to a multitude of risk factors: heart disease, GI discomfort, brain fog, diabetes, fatigue, joint pain. These highly processed oils should be eliminated from your diet because they are creating free radicals that cause DNA and cell damage. They are very unstable due to heat, light, and oxygen exposure during processing and when used in cooking. The problem with these highly processed oils is that they damage the arterial walls, and as a protection mechanism, the body builds up deposits on the arterial walls called plaque, which leads to high blood pressure, arteriosclerosis, heart attacks, and stroke. So what to do instead? You can replace them with avocado oil, coconut oil, grass-fed butter, lard, and other animal fats for cooking, and extra virgin olive oil to drizzle on salads or vegetables. If you do use extra virgin olive oil for cooking, use it at very low temperatures. And to preserve the freshness of these oils, they should be stored in dark, cool, dry places, not in or above a cabinet near the stove. Preferably, extra virgin olive oil and avocado oil should be purchased in dark, clear bottles and used within a narrow window of time. So don't buy more than you need. So now that we've talked about processed food, sugar, and industrial oils, do you sense a theme here, how they affect our body? All 3 of these, processed food, sugar, and industrial oils, produce inflammation in the body, causing increased risk of disease. With all 3 of these in play, it is no wonder that most Americans are overweight and have many of the risk factors that I have discussed. Does any of this get you thinking about how things could be implemented today to start creating a healthier you? As a health coach, I can work with you to navigate all this confusing information on the market. I have studied the latest research on nutrition and other health factors that contribute to lifestyle choices to reduce health risks and decrease weight. So at this point, I'd like to share with you So a few testimonies from my clients that I have had success with. And I will be reading their testimonies to you, so bear with me. Hi there, my name is Angela Hoffman, and I have had a wonderful experience of being coached by Ann Russell in 21-22 for my health and wellness concerns. It was an amazing experience of self-discovery that helped me with my concern over my weight. Through Ann's guidance, I learned that my issues were much more than just about weight gain or loss. She taught me how to love myself, see myself as worthy and beautiful in whatever state I am in. And by the way, with Ann's help, I did lose weight. I did lose the weight I wanted to lose, and I am on the path of maintaining my health goals. At the end of the day, it's about accepting oneself, whether it is about your age, your weight, or your life circumstances you find yourself in. Once you've accomplished that, losing weight and feeling healthy again is a great byproduct of the whole journey. In conclusion, I feel great. I got my body back as well as my sense of self-esteem and confidence. Thank you, Ann, for helping me get to a deeper issue that held me back from moving forward. She is definitely someone you want to have in your corner. She knows her facts, the science behind weight gain or loss, and coaches you through with kindness and understanding. Angela. Another testimony is, I am happy to recommend Ann Russell as a health coach. She has been a wonderful source of knowledge and encouragement for myself and I to make nutritional changes to lose weight and improve our health. We succeeded. She was very available for help along the way. She is an inspiration because I've seen how eating this way has helped her lose weight, reduce joint pain, and have more energy and zest for life. She is the best. Christine. Another one, a testimony is, Ann, thank you for getting me into a healthy eating. I knew that I needed to make changes, but I was a bit overwhelmed with all the information I was finding. What or who was right? What was healthy eating? And did I really need supplements? If so, which ones? You have poured through materials, tried things yourself, and studied results and approaches. You gave me a good advice in small, manageable steps with the rationale behind each step. After 6 months, I feel healthier, have more energy, enjoy what I'm eating, and am satiated. I have lost 35 pounds and 13.5 inches of fat. There is more to go, but I can happily and healthily live this way of eating for life. Kathy. So I would love to hear your takeaways in the comments of what you've received from this training. And then right now I'm going to answer some questions that came in ahead of time. And then if you leave any comments in any questions in the comments, I will get back to you with those answers. So the first question is, I have heard that beef causes inflammation. Is this true? Not entirely. Most beef is found in the grocery store is poor quality animals raised in concentrated animal feeding organizations. These organizations use grain-based diets, which are high in omega-6s, has a high omega-6 to 3 ratio, which increases inflammation. On the other hand, choosing grass-fed or pasture-raised animal products significantly reduces this concern, and the fats from these are a healthier alternative to traditional sources like butter, lard, and animal fat. Another question I received are all vegetable oils from seeds? What is canola oil? Canola oil comes from the canola plant and is high level of I can't pronounce this word, erucic acid, which can be toxic to humans, and it contains 3.5% trans fats. And I know there's been a lot of a lot of information on the web and in the media about trans fats, and for the most part, we've seen a lot of labeling with taking, saying no trans fats here and there, but canola has 3.5% trans fats. The problem with the industrial oils has more to do with the processing than its source. They are highly processed under high heat and oxygen that makes them soluble at room temperature, which damages their inherent properties and renders them unsuitable to consume. Unlike cold pressed extra virgin olive oil, they increase inflammation and cause plaque. So the other question was about extra virgin olive oil, where I said it's good to be drizzling on salads and vegetables. And the question was, do you recommend using it for sauteing and frying? If you're going to use extra virgin olive oil for cooking, you should use it at very low temperatures. Cooking under 400 degrees is considered acceptable depending on the quality of the extra virgin olive oil, and that does include sauteing and frying. But I prefer to use avocado oil, which has a higher smoke point of 500 degrees and can be used for almost anything. And the last question, I believe I answered it before, is about sugar substitutes. It says you mentioned raw honey and maple syrup can be used in limited quantities for sweetener. Why limited quantities? Because raw honey and maple syrup raise insulin levels, whereas monk fruit and stevia do not. And if you're trying to lose weight, it's important to keep your insulin levels down. And excess insulin drives weight gain and hunger and cravings. So what we had time for today, we talked about processed food, sugar, and unhealthy fats so that you understand the importance of good nutrition and to help you make decisions that will improve your health and longevity. So this is only a piece of the puzzle. What we've had time for today was to talk in detail about what we have not had time for today was to talk about in detail what it would look like for you and your current situation specifically. I would like to make you an offer. Is that okay? And may I have permission to share my offer? Great. So I will be running a 5-day challenge in June, and what is the purpose of the challenge is to help you get started on your journey to better health. And by the end of the challenge, the masterclass, you will have more energy, less brain fog, and a new sense of vitality. And you may even lose a few pounds as a bonus. So what this training will include will be live trainings and a Facebook group community. And at the end, I'll give you the I may be changing this up a little bit, but anyway, there'll be a sample meal plan, a recipe book, a shopping list, and a 30-minute clarity call to learn what your next best steps would be. And you can sign up today. And I have put the link in the comments for you to register if you're interested. And please, any questions, absolutely put them in the comments and I will get back to you. So that's all the time we had for today. I hope you all had have a relaxing rest of your week with lots of rest and relaxation. And on next weekend, enjoy your family time and your time with your friends. Thank you for showing up, and you are worthy of self-care, and I look forward to serving you in the future. Goodbye for now.